Life will carry you along its winding way. It may take your heart and not repay. But when I see you standing out in the rain, just for you, believe I would.
Dan Higgins joins us now. His debut album release, Make Love Enough, has seen a few songs come off it, but the latest one, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are feeling it right now. It is called Be the Moon for You. Dan, thank you very much for sending us a song of hope, I suppose you could call it, in today's times.
Yeah, no worries at all. It's been a special song, and it's a privilege to kind of get it out there to everyone.
The song is called Be the Moon for You. So tell us the background behind it and why you chose to write this one.
I wanted to write a song firstly that really spoke about the idea of, because sometimes, you have promises, you say you're going to be there for someone, but how far will you go with that promise? And I guess the idea of this is you're going to be there for them in every single situation in life. The idea behind the moon was a cool concept where, the moon, how it lights up dark nights. I was like, well, why couldn't I write a song about lighting up someone's darkest days? And that's kind of where the song came from. And I originally wrote it for a friend of mine who was going through a difficult time and wanted to share it with them. The song just sat on the shelf and I didn't really do anything with it, and then it sort of just popped back up and I actually rewrote it with a completely different melody, and then it somehow worked its way onto the albums.
Well, it's very thought-provoking at the moment because a lot of the times people will walk past, how you going? Yeah, good, thanks. Or you don't actually stop and say, well, actually, I'm doing pretty shitty right now. I need a shoulder to lean on or an ear just to have a chat to. And this song sort of says, well, wait a minute, I can be the moon for you, but I think it's a bit of both ways. You need to let me be that moon as well.
Absolutely. And like in our Australian culture, we're very much a she'll be right culture. And like you said, when you go to the shops and you ask someone, how you going? Like, yeah, good, mate. And then that's kind of where it ends. And I've always been one to really enjoy taking conversation to that next level and say, well, how are you going? And talk about that. And I guess this song, I just really wanted to encourage people in those times of darkness, that there's always a moon out there for them. And you could say it's a love song in a sense that it is, but in the sense it's just a song about that deep caring, I guess, as well.
So we can't have a chat without talking about that video. Tell us about how that all came about. Was that the idea that you came with, or was it something that the film already came up with?
Actually, believe it or not, it was my mum's idea.
Good on Mum.
So, I'd had a few ideas for the video, and there's a sort of a scene out of a movie where Mum shared it with me once, and she said, why don't you do something like this? And the concept basically was rowing across a moonlit lake. And I thought, it'd be nice to do something like that, a little bit different. And Duncan, the filmer, sort of took the idea and said, that's great, let's make it work. It was really interesting because a lot of it we shot in the studio, just a bit of creative, something a bit different that I hadn't done before. So it was really awesome to kind of see that come together. And I guess the idea of the video is to kind of like I'm holding a lantern in the video and like I'm kind of rowing across this mystical lake. And the idea is that you're looking, you're searching for that person that needs you kind of thing. That's the idea behind it.
What would you like to see happen for Dan Higgins in the next 12 months?
Well, if I'm going to be open and honest, I'd love to go and do more tours. We planned one in September, which we're kind of postponing a little bit, but we've got some big shows booked in at Tamworth with a few other artists. We're going to do one at the Capitol Theatre with Andy Penco, Della Harris and Willow. So that's going to be exciting. I'm actually looking to hopefully push myself towards entering Star Maker next year. So I'm really excited about that. And there's a few other opportunities which are going to come up, which I'm really excited about. So I guess it's just like pushing myself to the next level of where I'm at and my craft, perfecting that a bit more.
And for the people that are sitting at home and going, oh, you know what, I've got all these songs or I've got these ideas of songs that I just don't think I'm going to do them anymore, what would be your advice to them?
Well, I guess, as far as songwriting is always a tricky thing, you have an idea and you're like, well, what do I do with this idea? And I've always been one to just write out, a song, writing it out as if I'm writing it to someone, how would I want that to come across? I guess, when it comes to songwriting, it's a very vulnerable thing, you're like, well, this song I've written, I've got a melody to it, but now what I do with it? And I guess anyone that's sitting at home, I encourage you just to go and just find someone to produce that song and just take that step, because each time you do it, it becomes easier to be able to let that creativity flow more. Dan, if people want to get a hold of your music, not just this single, but songs that you've had previously and things like that, what's the best way for them to do that? On my website, danhiggins.com.au, I've got all my songs on there. If you like streaming music, jump on all the streaming platforms, and my videos are also on my website too. So, just jump on there and check it out. Folks, that is Dan Higgins, and let's play his song right now, Be the Moon for You.